What's up, guys? We are at CRS Day 2, hanging in the Heartland Suite with Tayler Holder.
What's going on, guys?
Us. So excited to have you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, our pleasure for sure. So one of the questions I've been asking everybody this week is, what is your favorite Nashville restaurant?
Nashville restaurant. Someone actually asked me this yesterday. I have to go with. I haven't done a lot of restaurants, but I love burgers so much, and Jack Brown's, it's so fire.
We were just talking about this in our last interview. It's so funny.
Yes, I love Jack Brown's.
What's your go-to burger there?
What is the name of it? I don't even know the name of it actually.
What's on it? I eat there all the time.
It's honestly like just like the simplest one that there is, but it's just like mustard, ketchup, and like pickles.
Yeah.
Like,
Just a regular cheeseburger.
yeah, like
It's so
yeah, it's
good.
or it might be called like the original or something like that. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, that's my go-to. It's
Yeah.
that or the Cobra Kai with jalapeno jelly.
Oh, that one is really good. Yes.
We just ate lunch like an hour ago, but just talking about Jack Brown's this much, I'm getting hungry.
I might hit it after this actually.
So good. So you just dropped a single called Marry You.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
performing very well. Will you talk to us about kind of the genesis of that song and the video itself?
Yeah, of course. It's kind of funny because like now I'm single and it's you know, obviously we're here. But in the moment when I wrote the song, it's obviously, you know, a love song, and it's talking about, you know, if you've been there at some point or whatever. It's about meeting that one individual that you kind of like at that moment when you know. And after meeting them and spending some time with them, very quickly I realized it was like I'm you know, I kind of fell in love with her like the moment I met her. You know, she was just like everything that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, you know. And so that's what it was kind of talking about, the process of, you know, falling in love and you know, like one day getting married to this individual and all that stuff. Just every little thing that she did, you know, it made me feel that way. So,
Awesome.
but yeah, you know, we're here now. So,
You'll find it again.
but it's awesome. It made it a great song, you know.
Yeah.
And so I love it a lot, though. It's one of my favorites I think I've ever written. So
It's awesome. And it's one of those songs that I feel like, I mean, anything wedding themed, you're just a shoo-in for getting like all of the people.
you know, like that's
it's
that's
just-
why I also wrote it, because like after I wrote it, I was like, man, you know what? Like outside of like getting to show this awesome person, I can't wait to like perform this at someone's wedding, you know, like, and just like watch these people fall in love, and it just made my heart feel so good, you know.
Yeah, it's sweet. It's awesome. All right. Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of your other endeavors. So, motocross. So
Yes, man.
cool.
I got my first bike when I was 3 years old. My dad, like, he got me a little PW50, and I was on training wheels for a couple weeks, and then he took them off and was like, figure it out, and I just had to figure it out, and then yeah, I started
At
racing.
3?
At 3 years
That's
old.
crazy.
Yeah, it was really funny. My parents would always like show me videos and talk about it and like all that stuff. I was running into everything. It's
That
so funny
had to have
because
been the
when you're
cutest
that
thing ever.
little, there's like, because they start racing when they're that little too, like, you know, like by the time they're like 4 or 5, and the helmets are so big on them and they look like little bobbleheads. They're just like, it's so funny.
It's like the T-ball of motorcycles.
Literally.
I love it.
I thought for a second, whenever you brought up the motocross stuff, I thought you were gonna pull up. I don't know if you saw, but I had a really bad crash not too long ago, and I literally I broke my entire face and some ribs. And so I thought everyone's been giving me a hard time about it because I didn't have a helmet on, and I have a track at my house, and so we were just. That's where I thought you were going with that, but yeah.
Now, I did see on your TikTok when I was kind of scrolling through, just like doing research, I saw that you had some kind of accident, and I guess yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you got a nose job.
No, and even after it all, my you know, I don't even know if it's too much to put on there, but I'll send you the photo of what my face looked like. But
I don't know if I wanna see it.
I afterwards, I still didn't even get a nose job, but it was like completely sideways, like it was like doing a whole like U-shaped thing, and they just broke it back straight and put me in that little cast, you know. But I ended up breaking my like orbital bone,
God.
yeah, it was a whole thing, man.
Do you
but,
like look how you used to look?
Yeah, I would say you know, that was one of my main things was like I would always like kind of like whenever I had that splint on, because I couldn't see it obviously, I would always like kind of look up in the air and see if it was still like leaning a certain way or whatever. But no, it actually the doctor did really good, and he got it back pretty straight. So
Well, I might need the doctor's name just in case of emergency in the future.
100%, he's great. He's great.
Oh man, that's pretty funny. Not funny, but funny
It's,
that
you
I
know,
didn't
it's funny to
realize
look back
that.
at
I'm
now.
sorry.
It was right over. I never get to go home, right? So, and bless my mom's heart, but I never get to go home. And I went home for Thanksgiving. It happened the day before Thanksgiving, and so that's how I spent my Thanksgiving. And then I was only supposed to be there for a couple of days. I ended up being there for like a month, and my mom was just like, I literally had my mom would just hang out in her room or in the garage. I had walkie-talkies to be like, Mom, I need help, like because I broke my ribs, I tore my shoulder, like I was so messed up everywhere. I couldn't even move, so she was just helping me throughout the entire time. And
Well, I hope you're
that's
wearing a
the time I
helmet
got
now.
to spend with my mom.
Jeez. But we're wearing helmets now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Oh, jeez. doing what you do, I mean, I feel like you've got some access here in this town, coming in like relatively new to the music scene, but you know, you've got a name for yourself. Who would be like a bucket list collaboration for you?
You know, a lot of people ask me this, and hands down, Luke Combs, and even, you know, I've had the opportunity here recently to meet him as well in person for the first time. I went out to his show and got to just like see him and hang out with him and all the guys, and that made me honestly like fall in love with his craft even more as well, because of the person that he was. You know, that's one thing that sticks out to me about Nashville and the country space and all that, is just like how much of like a family you just really feel like to everybody, you know, and how welcoming and just like kind-hearted everybody is. That it really surprised me, because coming from, you know, I grew up in a super small town, like 3,000 people, like nobody there, and so like it kind of feels like home here. But being out in LA, man, like it's I was out there for a long time, and it's just there's no real moments with real people, and everyone's just kind of like, how can I benefit from this person? What can I get from this person? So coming here and seeing people like that I've looked up to for so long, just being so like open arms and welcoming was honestly really amazing to me.
That is awesome. I have not met Luke Combs yet, but I've heard nothing but fabulous things.
He is a character. We went there actually for the last stop of their tour, and that's right whenever he was like pranking, you know, Jordan and all that stuff, and they do all types of fun games on tour, and it was just so cool to be in the space and see it, because obviously that's the goal one day.
Yeah, really fun. Can you tell me a story about the first concert you ever attended?
The first concert I ever attended. Actually, the first concert I ever attended was a Russ concert. Do you know Russ, the rapper? Do you know? Yeah, it was because my best friend, he's been still to this day my best friend since I was 11 years old. My friend Cody back in Texas. That was like, he loved Russ, and I didn't know Russ at the time or anything like that, but he was like, I really want to go. This is like the same exact story that happened with Parker McCollum and how I met him as well. But Cody was like, I really want to go. It's sold out. So I was like, I'll reach out to him on Instagram. Let's see if we can. We'll see if we can go. And he messaged me back like instantly and was like, come on out. Like, I'll get you some tickets and all that stuff. And we went, and that was the first. I was just in there turning up with him. I didn't even really know like the songs like that, but it was just fun though.
That's awesome. Taylor, what's next for you? What's coming down the pipe?
Of course, I just released Marry You, obviously not too long ago. We're doing an acoustic version for that, dropping in like 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Well, by the time this drops, it'll actually already be out. But we are looking at an EP in like the next like 6 to 8 weeks.
Awesome.
We have a couple of really awesome songs out, and you know, I started as a pop kid at first. I was doing like that stuff, and then coming over to the country space, I was I didn't want to jump over too hard. I wanted to make people believe it and see the process of it, and but this is I believe is going to be this project is going to be my step into country music. We've been working really, really hard. The songs that I have released are really great, and I hold them close to me. But this is just the stuff that I'm putting out. It blows it all out of the water, and I'm excited for everyone to hear it. And just get music out. We're planning a few shows shortly after that as well. I'm new to the whole like live stuff as well, so just get out there, get my feet wet, and keep bettering myself every day. So.
Awesome. Well, we're excited about it.
Thank
Heartland's
you.
got your back.
Come on.
Yeah. All right, y'all look them up. Check it out.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.